Hello, I'm Lindsay and today's session is yoga for awakening your creative energy. So we're going to be doing some heart openers, opening out your throat, your chest, and also a little bit of gentle hip opening as well. So we'll begin just sitting up comfortably, any way that can allow you to have a nice tall spine. If your knees are very far off the mat, you might find blocks or something underneath would feel good, or cushions. Otherwise, just sitting upright, relax your shoulders, close your eyes for a moment, and we're going to take just 3 nice deep in and out breaths. And as you're breathing, keep your spine tall and your shoulders relaxed. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and we're going to begin. Come over onto your hands and knees to start. So this is a cat-cow pose, which is a nice back warmer. Keep your knees under your hips, wrists under shoulders. Your arms are going to stay straight, but they're not locked straight, they're just straight. Inhale, lift your forehead and your backside to the sky. On your out breath, you're going to bring your backside and your chin forward, belly button towards your spine. Another big inhale. And an out breath. And we'll do that one more time. In breath. And an out breath. And then come to a nice flat back from here. Okay, we're going to stretch your arms forward, just a little bit of work for your shoulders. Gently lean forward into your arms. You want to keep your knees over your hips here. And you want your shoulders to feel square. So equal shoulders, weight just about on your forearms, on your elbows. Bring your forehead to the mat. And take a couple of breaths here. And then very gently bring your hands either side of your head to come back up. I'm going to sit down on your heels for a moment. I'm going to turn around to face you. Inhale, nice big breath up, looking towards your hands. Exhale down towards your heart. One more big in breath. Exhale, opening out. Super. And we're going to come and lay on your backs now. So gently opening out your hips, you're going to cross your right ankle over your left. I've got my baggy trousers on, so I hope you can see. Flex your foot just a little bit. Let your knee open out to the side. And you're going to reach with both hands for your left hamstring. So you'll start to feel that straight away on your right hip, thigh, all the way around the top of your leg. Let your neck and your shoulders rest into the mat. And then if it feels all right, just gently encourage your left leg towards your chest, but you're not forcing, no strain. Take some nice big breaths. Keep reminding your shoulders to relax. Then we'll drop your foot back onto the mat, cross your knee all the way over so your knees are completely crossed. Hands behind your head, elbows and shoulders wide. If this gives you any shoulder discomfort, if you've got tight shoulders or shoulder injury and you prefer to have your hands on the mat or on the ground, you can. It just opens you out a little better if your hands are under your head. So we're going to very gently let your knees fall over to the left and your head's turning to the right. And it's really important that you keep your right shoulder and elbow on the mat. So if your elbows come off, bring your knees back up. Put your elbow back on the mat. And then only go as far as you can with your shoulders on the mat. Your gaze is over towards your right elbow. And then while you're here, you're just going to try and let your body soften. See if you can relax your knees, relax your hips. Okay, with your next in-breath then, bring your knees back up and cross. We're going to do our thread the needle on the other side. So slightly flexing your foot. Reach this time for your right hamstring, bring it towards you. Then relax your shoulders. Take just a couple of breaths. If you wanted to make this pose deeper, you can reach instead for your shins. You bring your shin towards you. But you don't want to feel any pain. So if you feel pain or anything that's straining, then just go back to where you were. If you're not able to lift your leg off the mat, you might want to grab hold of your trousers, or if you have a t-shirt, you can hold a t-shirt underneath, or a band of some sort. So we'll drop your foot down onto the mat, cross your knee over again, hands underneath your head, and this time your knees are going to very gently fall over to the right. And your head's going to turn to the left. So notice your knees, see if you can relax your knees, soften your body as much as you can. Relax your shoulders. And then with your next in-breath, bring your knees back up. And uncross. I'm going to roll over now. So take yourself over onto one side and use a hand to push you up rather than trying to strain from the floor. Okay, coming over then onto your hands and knees again. And then walk forward and come down onto the mat. So we're going to do a little creative back bend flow. So you're going to inhale, lifting up your head and your shoulders, feet are relaxed on the mat, shoulders soft. Try and make as much space between your ear and your shoulders as you can. Now press onto your hands just a little bit, lift your chin, and then slowly lower down, forehead to the mat. And we're going to come back up, leading with the back of your neck, leading with your shoulders. Inhale up, pressing in your hands, lift your chin, and then lower down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, slide your hands just a little bit more towards your ribs. Come up onto your hands and knees, and then we'll go back into a child's pose. Take a couple of breaths here. If your backside is not on your heels at this point, just be where you are. If you're up here, that's fine. Stretch your arms out as much as you can and try and just soften with the breath. So you're letting go of any tension you're holding. No need to force or strain it. Over time, you'll get there. So we're going to crawl forward with an in-breath. Just come forward slowly. And we'll do 3 more of those back bends. So inhale, lifting up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up, leading with the back of your neck. Keep your elbows tucked in. Exhale down. Inhale up. So you're looking for alignment from wrist to elbow to shoulder. And all the way down. Move your hands just a little bit more towards your ribs again, so you can come up onto your hands and knees. And this time you're going to keep your big toes together and separate your knees the width of your mat, and then come forward again. And relax your forehead onto the mat. Okay, slide your hands towards your body. Bring your knees back together, back up onto your hands and knees. We're going to go into pigeon pose. We're going to take it gently. It's not for everybody, and if you have knee issues, it's really important to listen to your knees. So we're going to slide your left foot or your left knee towards your left wrist, And then you're going to wiggle the left foot so that it comes in front of the right knee. Now what's really important in this pose is keeping your hips aligned, keeping them square. So as you come back, you're going to just walk your foot back just a little bit, take it gently. If you find you're starting to twist and lean into your left hip, you're going too far too quickly. So you want to keep yourself upright. You may have a massive space under here. This may be as far as you can go. If it is, you could put blocks under there or cushions. If you're able to go back just a little bit further, just keep walking yourself back until you can settle in, but just again, keep checking on your hips, checking on your shoulders. You want to be even. If your knee's giving you any grief at all, you need to just gently come out of this pose. If you're feeling all right, you can press into your fingers and lift your chin up. Relax your shoulders. And then, if it's all right for you, walk yourself forward very gently. And rest your forehead. You could rest your forehead on two fists, or if you've got some blocks, you could have your blocks here and then rest on that. We'll just take a couple of breaths. And then slide your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your back toes under, come back up onto your hands and knees. And back into a child's pose. And then with an inhale, back onto your hands and knees. And we'll walk your right knee forward. Bring it towards your wrist. Walk the foot in front of the knee. And then gently walk your left foot back. Come onto your fingertips. Nice big space between your ears and your shoulders, tall spine. If it feels all right, lift your chin. And then if you like, you can gently walk yourself forward. If at this point your knees start to hurt, then you want to stay a little higher. Make sure that you're not leaning into the hip. And make sure that you're not trying to force your foot too far forward or to flex it. Actually flexing the knee will just cause you to put your knee out of alignment. So keep your shoulders back, your spine tall, if that feels better. And take a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, gently bring yourself back up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under. We'll come into a child's pose with your toes curled under. On your next in-breath, come back to the middle of your mat. And we'll begin to do just a little bit of camel pose. So for camel pose, you want to tuck your toes under. Bring your hands, some people like to have them on their hips. I prefer to have them just tucked in with my fingers just touching the tops of my glutes. Elbows pulling together behind you. And you begin just by lifting up the chest. If you've got neck issues, you're going to keep looking straight ahead. If your neck's fine today, you could lift up your chin. So it's impossible to breathe deeply here. So just breathe as deep as is comfortable without straining. Keep drawing your elbows towards each other. And to come up, you're going to take an in-breath. Pause your breath, lift up. Keep your neck as it is for a moment. And then with your out-breath, you're going to uncurl your toes, come back into your forward bend, into your child's pose rather. Okay, and we'll come back onto your knees for a moment. We're going to finish with headstand prep. So we're not doing a headstand today. Just bring your forearms onto the mat and slide your knees underneath your hips. So you want to make sure that your elbows fit snugly into your hands. Clasp your hands in front of you, make sure you don't move your elbows. Tuck your toes under, and you're going to set the crown of your head down on the mat, just in front of your fingers. You've got a necklace, shift it out of the way. Back of your head's going to slip into, or just rest in the basket of your hands there. So then lift your knees off the mat, and if it feels alright, walk your feet just a little bit more towards your head. And this is where we stop today. Please resist the urge to move your head or to kick up into a headstand. So we're just doing headstand prep. This will give you all the benefits you need for a creative flow without potential injury. And then we're going to gently walk your feet back. Drop onto your knees. Come back to sit on your heels if that feels alright. I always like to finish with just gently resting my head in my hands. Not so much that I compress the back of my neck, just enough to just take the weight off for a moment. And then we'll finish in child's pose. So bring your forehead back onto the mat and stretch out your arms, or if you prefer, have them behind you. And then very gently help yourself up to a comfortable seat to finish. Namaste. Thank you for joining me in my practice today, and I hope this helps you to have a really creative day.